Hi everyone, welcome to Get Ready with me, Louise. So today I'm going to be playing with the new Pat McGrath Mothership 10. I've been waiting on this palette, you all, waiting on this palette. I am so glad that the shipping was much better this time. And the whole thing is just completely better than I thought it was going to be. So looking at those pictures online and everything, and I wasn't sure if I was actually going to get it. Well, no, that's a lie. I knew I was going to get it. I wasn't for sure if I was going to like it, though. In the sense of, it's just going to be something that I've already got. You know what I mean? And I have all of them. So it was like, is it going to be up there? And it is. It is up there. So watch and see, though. Okay. So this is what the palette looks like. Let's do that first. Okay. Now, is it basic? Absolutely, it is. It's a basic palette, but it's not basic in the sense of it's Pat McGrath. Okay, so there's nothing. Okay, I'm saying that into the mic. Nothing basic about Pat McGrath. Okay, from the blushes to her complexion products, like. Honestly, even that essence that she just came out with, I tried it the other day, and I'll be darned if my foundation didn't look so good. Like, I don't get it, but it's basic, you know what I mean? Now, this is basic in the sense of you definitely have a similar shade selection to this in other palettes. And I did see somewhere that someone said that this is nice if you compared it with, is it Subliminal? Is that the first one? No, Sublime. No, Subliminal. Whatever the Mothership one was. I can't think right now. But Mothership one and this one, and I kind of can see that. I can see that. And like, I just sit there and look at the two, like I can see it, okay? So I do see where it would work very well. But this one, it's got 3 mattes and the rest are, I mean, you got her astral shades, of course, and the VR shades, but then you just got the metallic, and that is even those are good, you know what I mean? And there's just something about this palette, though. You'll see. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. And, oh, let me show you this, too. I mean, come on, the packaging, the box. Look at this. It's gorgeous. Gorgeous. And now, if you take these boxes, okay, I've thought about this, so you can see them, and stack them, all 10 of them. Do you even know what that looks like? I laid them across my bed. It's beautiful. It's like, I don't know. It's just beautiful. Okay. So the first shade I'm going to go into, let me get this set up here. Let me get my first brush. Okay. So the first shade I went into is Rosewood Romantique. Yeah. Mind you, I also, while I was doing this, I was following a tutorial. This is the eye look we're going to do. But I was following a tutorial for beginners, and I still don't know what the heck I'm doing. So, I don't think it helped me much, but, you know. I like following people's tutorials just because, I mean, I'm a beginner, you know. I'm not a makeup artist. I know nothing about nothing, right? But I love playing in makeup. I love color. I love neutrals. I love different formulas. Like, I love it all, right? But I'm not a makeup artist, you know. I don't know really what I'm doing. So I do like to watch people that do know what they're doing, though I can't comprehend it because, like, I don't, obviously we all have different eye shapes and stuff, so when they're saying stuff, it doesn't make sense because my eyes don't look like theirs. And to be honest, my eyes don't even look the same to begin with, so on either side. So it's hard to really follow the tutorials. What I have noticed to be honest, in the way I like to, the way I like my makeup, or the way I feel good wearing it, is just to do it the way I want, to be honest. And I find that if I take my time, and if I kind of go by their rules in a sense, like the color theories and all that stuff, it tends to work out okay. Okay? Is it perfect? No. Can you tell a beginner done it? Yeah. But does it look okay? Yes, it does. Does it make me feel a little bit more confident? Yes, it does. And to sit here and act like I don't feel a certain way just by playing in Pat McGrath shadows would be a lie also, It gives you a certain feeling. I mean, it gives you a feeling, A, that you can afford something. So that's almost like an accomplishment in itself, Because, I mean, these things are expensive. They ain't cheap, okay? Let's get honest here. They're not cheap by no means. Now, I'm not saying they're not worth their price, okay? But they're still expensive. And they feel nice, like the weight of them and how pretty they are. Like, it does make you feel a certain type of way. That just is what it is. And I like it, nonetheless. I'm not going to deny that. And I'm very blessed, that I have the opportunity to purchase them, Of course, if you can get them on sale, definitely do that, There's no shame in that. I do that all the time, too. But I don't think I necessarily needed them all, but I'm glad I got them all, and I wouldn't change it for nothing. But there are some that, obviously, I just did a ranking, and there are some that I do really genuinely love. And I don't play with them enough, and I should. But look how nice that shade laid down. It is so pretty. I will say that most of your looks are going to come out looking kind of in the same tone in a sense, because of the next shade I'm going to go into is Plum Cabernet. Because, I mean, they're dark, they're plummy colors, they're purpley colors in a sense. Mauve and plums and stuff, But they're still pretty. Like, you can't just take away something just because, they've kind of been done before. Granted, there's no dupes in this palette, okay? There's no color she has in other palettes, so that's a good thing, But there are similar shades for sure, different undertones and stuff like that. But I like this palette, I'm not gonna lie. It's definitely up there in my top 5 now. I don't know if it's in top 3 yet, because I haven't played with it enough. I gotta play with it some more. And I intend to. But for today's sake, I tried to keep it pretty simple, so we could just sort of get a feel for it. And I'm using rougher brushes. But they're blending out nicely. They're pigmented. They're blending nicely. Or blending into each other nicely. Let me say that too, because sometimes they can blend just fine on their own, but maybe not necessarily into another shade. Okay. And then I'm going to take that first shade. No, I'm going to take the shade I just used. The Plum Cabernet. And I'm going to run it across the lower lash line, right up on the lash line. Guess I can just use this palette as my mirror. I do like these palettes for mirrors. They do have a nice mirror in them. And I'm just going to darken up that lash line. And kind of connect it up in there. Okay, and I'm going to take that first shade that I used, Rosewood Romantique, and I'm going to blend this shade out with that in the lower lash line. I really did enjoy using this palette, and playing with it, because like at first I thought it was going to kind of be like the Diviner's one, but it wasn't. It's not. It's much more amped up, I guess, darker, but obviously it's all of the shimmers and stuff, the astral shades and stuff is what's the real winner in this palette for me. Okay, so now that I have the bottom lash line done, because I didn't do anything else to it, let's go ahead and blend this. Try to make sure both sides are the same the best that I can, because you know I have issues with this. We all know this. And I will say that the Rephr brushes really do make these shadows work nicely. I kind of can't wait until I get better at doing makeup so I can use my Sonia G brushes, because like I think that is really going to make these shadows even better, to be honest with you. I just have a feeling about that. I mean, I can't say for sure, but I do have a feeling like that could be the case, you know what I mean? Because your tools are just as important as the makeup itself. Okay. Then I went into this shade Extreme Nocturne, and I went in very, very lightly, let me tell you. Although it looks gray, and it is, but it is still dark, let me tell you, it's still dark. And I'm going to lay that down right here. I'm going to lay it down first, because, you know, me and dark shades don't get along at all. And then I'll blend once I get it laid down, because I don't want to mess up with it, you know. Because when it comes to darker shades, once you lay it down, it's kind of done. And I really like this brush here for my outer corner, to be honest. I was using it for the lash line, and then I realized that wait, I really like this brush for my outer corner where I have such hooded eyes, it's really small, and it's just like, it's just really good. Really good, y'all. For that outer corner. And it works really well. Like you can blend with this brush too. Okay. Just want to make sure I got them both the same. Okay. I'm just going to dip in for a little bit more. Put right here on this corner. Because like I said, both my eyes are way different. One's more hooded, one's more downturned. And I'm going to use her artistry wand. And once I lay that down, it's hard to blend mattes. It's amazing to hold her astral shades and stuff and her VR shades, but it's hard to blend once that's down. So I want to make sure like everything is good with it when it comes to my mattes. And like I'm really being slow because I really want it. I really want to do good on this look, to be honest. I don't know why. Oh, I do. I'm going out. I'm going out tonight. We decided that we were going to go out for whatever reason. Because, I mean, technically we can go out any night, but we were both like, you know, we haven't been out in a while, really, and he's been kind of having a rough week. I've been having a rough week, you know, and it's like, let's just go out. We can do it. We deserve it, you know. Let's just do it. I'm just going into that shade that I put down. What was that shade? Plum Cabernet. Okay, now I'm going to get the wand and we're going to put it on the lid. And you can use a glitter glue, but I'm going to be honest with you, I love this wand. I really, really do. And like, I intend, in all honesty, to purchase this over and over again. It really holds her shades down. It lasts all day for me. Like, I have no issue if I lay this down and then lay her shades down, okay? They don't fall. I have no fallout, no nothing, all through the day. What more could I ask for? You know what I mean? So, I'm going to go into the shade Blitz Venus, and I'm just going to put that on the lid. I really don't know why I chose this shade out of all of them. To be honest, it was just like calling to me though. And I was like, I think that's what needs to go on my lid today. And I don't know if it's because like it was just like a easy call or the, you know, safest route. I don't know, to be honest. But there's just something about this shade here that I really wanted to lay down all over my lid. And as you can see, that is just grabbing this shade and, you know, holding it there. And again, I'm not messing with this, okay? If you go starting to mess with this and blend it, it's all just pattern. I mean, you can move it a little bit, like pushing it in and moving it, but you do not want to be going in and blending at all, period. You do not want that at all. You want to keep it completely just, hold up, you know, pat motions, because like right now I kind of have to go back in, and I don't really want to, because I feel like this is going to make this fall all over my face, but I kind of covered that up a little bit too much, and I don't want that. Okay. So far, so good. So far, so good. Okay, so far, I keep going, so far so good, because I'm so scared that this is just gonna, alright, let me finish. Alright, now, with this said, I'm going, okay, there you go, we're gonna stop. For inner corner, I'm going to go into the Astral Lilac Aurora shade. I'm not wetting this for my inner corner. I was kind of didn't know if I should have done this shade or not, to be honest with you. But it just looks so pretty. So what I'm going to do is I put it on my brush. I didn't wet it. But if I just push it where I want it, just push it in, just where I want it. I don't move it around, I just push it in, and then I leave it alone. You can't, again, blending's a no, or it will be all over your face. You will have fallout, but if you just push it in, you will be fine. And I get it. You don't want that all over your face. Like, you just don't. Because it can tend to do that. Alright. I'm going to go back into that Plum Cabernet and run it along the lower lash line again. Because I still want that lash line dark. And then back into that first shade, the Rosewood Romantique. Okay. Perfect. Then for the waterline, which I already did, I used the Tarte Fake Awake, but I'm gonna darken that up a little bit, make it pop back out again. We're gonna curl the lashes. I am using my Surratt eyelash curler. And then I'm going to use my Pat McGrath Dark Star Mascara for my top lashes. And we're going to go in nice and slow. I don't make a mess, even though we all know that I will, because I always do. I always mess up with mascara at some point, so. And I do like this mascara. Again, if you had lashes, this would really take this to another level if you had lashes. I wish, well, I wish. Like, I sit there sometimes and imagine if I could put them on. Or, you know what I do sometimes? Because I do have lots of them. Lots of fake lashes. But I just can't seem to, like, get them to stay or lay them down right or anything. I'll just lay a pair on top just to see what it'll look like. They're not glued on or anything. They're just laying there on top of my real lashes. But it really does make a difference. Truly. You really don't know how much it does until, you know, you're doing it, but it really does make a difference. And one day I will learn to put on fake lashes. It may be the last thing I do, but I will do it. I think I got them all coated at least. And then for the bottom lashes, I'm going to go into my MAC. Mascara. The Extended Play Giga Black Lash. And I'm going to put that on my lower lash line. Alrighty. I think I want to put on one more layer of mascara on the top lashes. But I feel like I got both eyes the same. I feel like I got both eyes exactly the same, which is a shock for me because usually I don't feel that way. I feel like one eye still looks different, but I think I did pretty good this time by just taking my time Not using too many shadows. I will have to play with this a little more, but as of right now, this palette is definitely in my top 5. Oh, I need to play with it a little bit more. A couple more times really is all I need to know if it's in my top 3. And if it's in my top 3, well, either way, she's done it again, okay? She brought a palette that is the shit, period. This is a fantastic palette. The shades blend beautifully. The color selection, though basic, yeah, not basic, because there's nothing about Pat McGrath basic. Though basic, though kinda familiar to other shades in her line, it's different. And it's beautiful. And it's stunning. And I really enjoy the look that I created today. This is the final look using this palette. Again, I'm a beginner. I have no idea what I'm doing. But what I do know is that I like this look and that I really am feeling some sort of feels with this look, okay? And I think it makes my eyes pop. I think it's just stunning. I think this palette's stunning. But that is all I have for you today. This is a long video because, like I said, as a beginner, you're working with these rich, dark, pigmented shades. I wanted to show you that you do have to take your time, and it's going to take time. Yes, I talk, so that's obviously, you know, I think I did this whole eye in 15 minutes. So it will take you a second to do your eyes. I'm not going to pretend like you're not going to take a second. If you know, are going to use a lot of shades, especially the rich mattes. But they still work with you and for you. And to have this outcome, I'm okay with that. I'm okay. Because it's pretty basic, the rest of my look. You know, it didn't take me that long to do the rest of this, okay? And so even if I said 30 minutes, that's an hour for my eyes only. It probably only took me 15 minutes to do this, you know, the rest of my face. The foundation, the concealer, the powder, the blush, the bronzer, the highlight. So it took me an hour and a half to do my makeup today. But that's okay if it turns out looking like this all the time. But I will let you go. Let me know if you purchase this palette. Let me know if what you feel about it. Let me know if you're thinking about it, or let me know if you're like, same thing as always. I mean, let me know your feelings on it. And yes, it has a hefty price tag, no doubt there. But you know, to me, it's worth it. You know, and to each their own. To each their own. So I can definitely understand where some people are like, no, thank you. But at the same time, I understand the ones that are like myself. That's like, yes, please. Launch date, time. Here's my credit card. Have a nice day. You know? But that is all I have for you today. I can't wait to play with this palette again tomorrow. Well, no, maybe not tomorrow. That sucks. But soon. And I gotta get back to, I do have one more newer palette coming in because I'm a fool. We all know this, and if you watched previous videos, you probably know which palette I purchased because why I'm a fool. Let's say it, I'm a fool. And then we'll get back to the Natasha Denona palettes. So until next time, y'all, stay safe, stay healthy. Bye.